Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Amanda's edition of Press Review right here on Luntha TV. Today, the 29th of December 2025, it is yet another time where we take you through some of the stories that are appearing in our newspapers. And as always, you with me, Tandu and Zumara. And as always, I'm not alone. I'm here with my colleague,
Fales Chizombe.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Does it as always? Because what do you mean as always you're with me, Tandu and Zumara? I meant as always I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
But still, it made sense. You corrected yourself, and yeah, we move.
Yeah. I mean, whichever bad region.
Yes. You know, Chinangogwe is so. Yeah, she's a major mogul.
So that's somebody banana.
That's my manager. Jababaro, as long as you can be the configure.
Exactly.
It's fine and good.
It's fine and good.
Yeah.
2 days to 2026.
Oh yeah, 2 days to 2026. Yeah, now it's the time as for us, as me as a person now, I have to sit myself down.
You haven't already set yourself down?
No, not yet. I have to sit myself down and then I have to review how I have worked or whatever I planned when I was starting this year, if I have achieved, and I have to mark. I have to mark where I wrote down all the things that I wanted to achieve in this year and see which of the things that I have achieved, and then I have also to mend some of the things maybe that caused me or maybe that caused delay. I should not achieve the things that I wanted. And also I think everyone, all of us, we have to do that. We have to do the checks and balances to see what we have achieved and what we have not achieved and what we should do to make sure 2026 to achieve all the goals that we want.
True. And one thing I can just add to that is that be kind to yourself. Life mostly is what matters. Being alive is what matters the most. As long as you're alive, you can be able to achieve your goals. So do not be too hard on yourself. We plan, God's plan is always the best. We might plan something, you might have planned to say, oh no, 2025 seita, but perhaps that's not God's plan for you.
Yes, exactly.
2025 was not the year for you to get married. So
maybe get married in 2030 or 2029.
Maybe 2069.
And don't let people pressurize you into getting married. And people, especially us girls, now people be like, next year do vina. What do you mean next year do vina or divinally? What do you mean? Why are you chasing me?
Let's not do that.
Why? Don't. Yes. Exactly. And also, as we are going in 2026, please learn to love yourself more and always put yourself more. Before you have sent people, they wanted to put they were putting their friends or family first. At the end, those people put forward, like maybe they're hustling, they're doing everything. Instead of putting also Aziziga there, they wanted me to get something. They wanted to buy a shoe or a dress. They left that and Ubanga sacrificed just to make their families with their friends happy. You also as Bangera Koga and 2025 water, you also as Gura. No. 2026, please put yourself first. Is the one guy in oil. And when now, as a bamboyo.
You can't love someone if you don't love yourself.
Yes.
I know, Amadi, you can say that you love God if you don't love your neighbor. That is true. But also, how can you love someone if you don't love yourself?
Yes.
You cannot pour from an empty cup, generally. You have to be full enough to actually be able to pour into someone. If you're pouring into someone else and you don't pour into yourself, what are you pouring exactly?
Imagine. So please. I've seen those posts there, fake friends. No, it's just you. You care a lot about people who don't care about you. So in 2026, don't make the same mistake. Okay?
You sound like you're speaking from experience. But I get it. I think I personally get it. And everyone else who has been through the most, everyone living, I think we've all been through the most.
Exactly.
I think it's going
straight to business.
We are going to be taking you through the nation and of course the Daily Times. You can start.
I will start on the front page of the Daily Times. There is a story and the headline leads rising alarm over economy. The part with the story leads the African Development Bank, the World Bank, and the United Nations have urged authorities to act swiftly to stabilize Malawi's economy. The call comes as Malawi is experiencing its most severe foreign exchange and balance of payments crisis since independence, which have sharply slowed economic activity, increased the cost of living, and raised the widespread shortages of fuel, fertilizer, pharmaceuticals, and other essential goods. So that's what the story is saying. I would say ever since we got independence, economy, Malawi economy haven't been that stable. Of which is some of the problems are made now, like in terms of forex, yes, a few shortages, fertilizers, what. Could you don't have that sufficient drugs in medical stores? It's all because of the economy. So ngati boma anaweza kuti ngati dziko we have to work hard on that kuti economy yathu ili stable enough kuti tikukwanitsa kuti tikauti our economy is stable ndi kuti tikwanitsa kukhala ndi zinthu zimene tikuyenera kuti tikhale nazo ndi kuti fertilizer sikhaso issue azipezeka makupona aja akhoda kupita akuchitika azikhala zoti akugwira ntchito yake yoyenerera mwina fertilizer yonse akhoda kupezeka kwambiri ndi kuti mitengo yake so ikhala yotsikirako. And also sitimaona so ma long queues ma filling station mu ma cities mwathumu ekhaza kuti ndi zinthu zikhale tili pabwino zinthu zikuyenda smoothly.
No, you're right, because these are persistent issues. I mean, I think it has been very hectic, or I don't know if it's because the we have actually noticed these problems a lot. They are persistent problems that keep on coming. Before the September 16th general elections, we were like, oh no, maybe with the coming in of the new government, we're going to see change. You see that it's literally the very same thing.
Yeah.
The problems in Romeo. Based on what the story is saying, to sort our own economy. It's not that we can't do it. And we do have the money. I think in Kawedi, we are very indecisive, or we make very questionable decisions when it comes to priorities.
Yeah,
what do we prioritize?
And also
we are looking at consuming completely, importing things instead of exporting. We are looking at for personal use, it's actually not even for the national gains.
Yeah,
that is very bad.
That's true. It's all about getting a new car and all that. If Ndamas Minizilibo as a country, put it in good use, and then we put on ma measures or in later ngadizigo titawupita batsogolo.
True. And the Singamango dalile thandizo londe kuchokera
Singamango kala open pesa like because ngadi kuti it's always like hand to mouth always. Then mavuto adagalipo be andagopitirira.
On the front page of the Nation, there's a headline here that reads 9 die as Christmas crashes jump 58%. Part of this story reads Malawi Police Service has reported a 58% increase in road accidents during this year's Christmas and Boxing Day holidays, which left 9 dead and 36 others injured. National Police spokesperson Layoshim Dembo said in a statement on Saturday that 30 accidents occurred during the festive period, up from 19 recorded over the same period last year. Ziboneka kuti chiwerengero cha ngozi zimene zimachitika munyengo imene ya Christmas chakwerapo kusiyana ndi mmene chinalili chaka chatha. Of course, according to the story, despite the increase of accidents, ngozi zimene zili zoopsa kwambiri zinacheperapo by 55%, pamene imfa zimene zachitika because of that zachepako by 31% kufananiza ndi chaka chatha. Komabe we have seen, I think most of us here who are on social media or timalenga news, we have seen one of the most fatal accidents that occurred was that by 26.
Yeah, but 26. Yes, on Friday.
That was in Isheo, an accident that claimed 5 lives. A very somber mood that it has left the country in until date. For me personally, it's a condolence to the family members and friends. Losing people, a group of people like that.
And komanso anthu ake onkhala zoti ndi achichepere. It's very sad. Yeah, for the I think since from Friday up to date. Mood yake sinakhale yabwino.
It's been a somber mood.
It's
really,
been
because,
a somber mood. Yeah.
And you know what's more sad is the fact that tsiku limene la Christmas pa 25 ngozi zinali zochepa. You know, because I remember there was an interview at Central West Region Police. They said that one person died on Christmas.
Yes.
And then in Luntha as well, it was one person. And then came to the 26th, and then it was like a whole thing. You know, like, okay, I thought we were better off this year.
But, you know,
sadly.
Yeah. We don't plan these things. The mango chiriga. Yeah. One evening akale zokuti tingoti pepani akubanja komanso pepani anza onse amene anthu amene anatisiya amene munawurizoti mumadziwa tingoti pepani.
Of course.
On the second page of the Daily Times, there is another story, and it reads 50 horrors mobilized for Zambia Maize Transport and Pathway. The story reads the Transport Association of Malawi says it has identified over 50 transporters across the country to move across the country. Identified over 50 transporters across the country to move 100,000 metric tons of the 200,000 metric tons of maize that the government has procured from Zambia. This comes barely 2 weeks after the association announced that it has mobilized transporters for the task following the signing of an agreement with the Ministry of Agriculture. So, as we all know, the Ministry of Agriculture never procure chimanga from Zambia, many 200 metric tons. They ana for the wars of chimene kufika mdziko muno tikamamaliza mwezi umene wa December. So what the story is saying ndiyo kuti bungwe limene limaona za transporter akuti apeza anthu ena ma drivers okwana opitilira 50 kuti athandizire kunyamula chimanga limene choka ku Zambia kubwera mdziko muno. Ndiye kuti by January
kuti chimanga chikubwera.
Yes.
Kuti this deal, if I'm not wrong, it was signed somewhere in October.
Yes.
Closely after the new government was sworn in or was ushered into the government.
Yeah.
And kukakhala mafuso because already njala ilimo maderamu and people are hoping for this maize.
Yes.
You know, and to see that it's taken this long, I hope the fact that the transporters have actually been identified, it actually means that this is actually finally about to happen.
Yes, it's about to happen, and we hope kuti sojikabwera chimangacho chithandiza anthu amene awine kuti athandize. It won't be like the fertilizer issue okuti ayinawo makhanso awuzidwa zokuti apite akafufuze ma civil servants onse kuti amene atenga fertilizer abwenze. So we hope this chimanga is going to benefit anthu amene anapa yes, osakhala anthu adyera.
I know. Please don't do that. Emphasis on don't do that. Still on the front page of The Nation, floods kill toddler, displaced thousands. And the sub-headline, Dodma says 7 districts affected, houses and crops damaged. Part of it reads that incessant rains during the Christmas holiday triggered floods in 7 districts and killed a child in Nsanje. Authorities said yesterday the heavy rains also displaced thousands of families while damaging houses and crops, according to Department of Disaster Management Affairs, Dodma. I have seen pictures for social media of houses.
Yes. Maderena kulandira mvula yosalekeza. And it's sad. Zimakazi zobwenzeretsa mbuyo kuti munthu unapanga plan, you build a house and umaona zokuti zinthu zikupitirira, and then izi ngati zimene zikuchitika mwina so zina zimakazi zoti we should tizimvera kuti akamadoza kuti mwina malo awa we're not supposed to build there, we're supposed to build malo ngati awawa, because some of these things zikamachitika even if you see kuti ma affected areas zimakazi kuti mwina ndi malo kuti sameneka kuti anthu mwina kukhali adzimangako, and mostly they are always affected. Komano kunkhani ngati ndinkhani yomvesa chisoni kuti mdziko muno zinthu ngati zimene zikuchitika, but emphasis should be on kuti tikamamanga manyumba athu tiyeni tizimanga ni high standard. mtsogoleri wakale amene anali wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wakale wa dziko lino Mariam Saurus Chilima makonda kupanga emphasize on this kuti tikamamanga when we are building tiyende tizimangana zinthu za high standard kuti chinthucho will stand kwa nthawi yayitali imene amachitira mu Jagamuzi, because if you go around, if you look ma secondary, ma government secondary schools ambiri, ma boarding secondary schools ambiri, you see the infrastructure cha nthawi yakamuso kalekale, and you see kuti yes. So it's the same thing when we are building our houses, please tiyende zipangane manyumba kuti manyumba olimba komanso tizimanga malo amene ali malo oyenerera kuti nthawi ngati zimenezi ngozi ngati meze kamachitika tizikhaza kuti we ourselves zizichita chabwino zichita kuvuta kuti apa pandeza chitadi kuvuta mmene napangira kuti achina cyclone aina Fred aja aina Idai kuna nafika Idai yes the cyclones akamachitika but this yes and also we should also be careful in how many ya mvula tiena na kuti samangu pezo tilarumaka kuti mvula ke pene pezo ikugwa for long hours isanasiye, so we should be careful.
Komanso maybe let's run away, let's tichepetse kuoloka misinje chifukwa pena umadzaona ngati foti madzondo kwaona rawaya iweyo sulaloyemo m'madzimo ukungoganiza kuti apa pantu upadziwa ndi pa flat insinje ukandu kudziwa ndi oloka bwinobwino chifukwa that's how the child has died actually. Zikuoneka kuti the 3-year-old was oshawewa whilst attempting to cross a flooded river mdzokhazo mutu mamwana kushobu. Let's, if we can avoid mwina kutumana ngono or at least mwina ngati kungatheke ana inapotitsa amakhala kumva kwauza tosauloka chifukwa pena matoka sinsinje pena matoka angalande inde chifukwa chokuti pasi pa mafewa pena amakhala kuti mwina pena asimukudziwa mwina paloshoka you don't know mukungona dzimadzi and you're thinking I've always known malo awandi pabwino chani. Let us because some of the things are avoidable, like you said. Kumvera zimene aujena adult mama khala akukamba Department of Climate Change amakhala akulangiza chaka ndi chaka samukani shokani kumeneko telaoni zimene zimathandiza kupewa zinthu ngatizi. It's the very same issue timakamba kungambiriro kunena kuti as a country we can't be going through the very same issues every year. India pali zinthu zina like you said cyclones kawiri zimene zimakhazokera kuchokera kunja, but floods that have to do with rains, that is something that if we prepare enough ngati anthu amvera and we act on it, that is something that as a country I think tikhoza kusiya kumakamba kuso kuti anthu akuvulala chifukwa cha issues to do with flash floods onena kuti they could have akanatha kupita osatengapo moyo, but unfortunately we are going through this on a yearly basis and it's really sad.
Kwambiri. And also makolo please ambizazo kuti anathu tinawo anathu you cannot ngati kholo sungakhale mina for more than 30 minutes also nozoti mwana wale kutiko no, you shouldn't be doing that. Nthawi ino ndi yamvula osalola ana kuti azithamanga kupita kutali kokasewera amvezo kuti kumeneko hakumana ndi issues ngati amene zimene zimakhazi ndo zabwino, and as a parent imakhazi kuti ukukhala with that cute kuti mwina nakapita ndi mwana joka muona kapena mwina mwana jina kapeza kuti nakapanda kumutuma kuti akagule chinthu chakuti. So as parents please let's take care of our kids, tizikhala ndi chelu choyang'anira ana athu.
And also with mvula comes ziphaliwali ndizing'aning'ani and these are killing people a lot as well. Yes, and mwana wangono sadziwa kuti sakuyenera kuimba pasi pa mtengo. You find kuti akaona and mfaka chiphaliwali olo ine wankulu ndimachupa. Imagine mwana wangono. I'm saying the truth. Ine chiphaliwali chimadopsa. Okay? And I hide. Literally I hide. Chifukwa chonena kuti it's scary honestly, especially the lightning. Because you're like, whoa. And the mwana akaona zimezi they're going to think the first thing is let me go find somewhere by me pali shady and see ka shady any because pali shady imene as ona zanyengo amalangiza kuti you mupite ukumutele and then pali shady ina machidonena kuti osaima pasi what is the child going to do? They're looking for shade. Yes. So let us zopeweka tipewe.
Okay, before going to business, I think I just have to take one story, one local story. And the headline reads, new cholera cases trigger health warning, and part of the story is Neno District Hospital has recorded 3 additional cholera cases in the current rainy season. According to District Health Promotion Officer Mpatso Manyamba, this brings the total number of confirmed and suspected cholera cases to 13, with new 6 suspected cases. Manyamba said at least 4 health facilities in Sungi, Midzemba, Zalewa, and Dombe have been affected, and 6 villages in Neno have reported cases. So, let's be Dikale and to Aukondo. Yeah.
Yes. Very extra.
Yes, we should be extra hygienic and extra cautious in Mabanga. Please, and Zodi and Mwenda mu street. You find muntu akuphika kanyenya sana mfindigili wazizira palinchenche, but you still buy. Makazorika yamkaniza banje. Siti maganizira umoyo watu. So please, let's be cautious. Tikamapanga zintuzi. And mwapanga zingazimezozo kolelega kurengani. You have your families, you have your kids that are looking up to you. You have my relatives and so they are looking up to you. They please, let's exercise. We should be hygienic enough. Let's exercise hygiene.
So despite the fact that you are mupita musiawa koma mukhozo bezoli mwatenga zimateka because if you understand imene kolera imayendera, it's actually very easy for you kuitenga if you're close to someone who actually has it. So zobereka bewani
please.
Business, I will take one. A headline here reads: consumers told to check on spending. Kama urges households to exercise restraints. Part of the story reads: the Consumers Association of Malawi, Kama, has urged households to exercise restraint when spending, warning that high inflation and borrowing costs have created a volatile market environment that could leave consumers financially exposed in the new year. Kama Executive Director John Kabiro said in an interview yesterday that the current economic conditions offer little room for discretionary spending, cautioning that households that overspend during the festive season risk facing severe financial strain once January obligations set in. This is a yearly thing. I think by now, especially if you're an adult, you know how the world works. Bantu pena temakonda kwambiri ndipo jamani mbuzi kakondwa
amalonda makali bafupi
chonda amalonda sakhale bafupi inuyo chonde. And I said this even before Christmas to say Christmas is one day.
I'm telling you.
New Year celebrations is one day. Chisangalo cha tsiku limodzi chisabwere ndi ma consequences amene they are going to affect not only you koma anthu amene that are looking up to you. Overspending tisakonjetse
and amakonjetsa during the festive season.
Osakonjetsa kukonja nkosaletsedwa.
Yes.
Koma sakonjetse.
Please don't overspend. Chifukwa kuti mukapanga overspend. Of course this time around mwina dikangata pepido pangone fora munazulika kuyamba free education which comes January. Koma be still bali zinthu zimene tofunika zoti we should get for our kids. Amene apita boarding school bali zinthu zimene akufunika zoti anyamule. Chonde kuli marenti pakhomo. All these things, my bills, chanchan, zose zifunika kuti inuyo sumutani mumpange tako. So please, spending your awundama zoziliza komano nthawi zonse chaka chikamatabo mazatilangiza kuti khazika basi kuti please don't overspend. Musakhale mabayala kwa anthu okuti sangakuthandizeni muli mavuto. These people they come akudyera ndama zanu. Iwo samakhalidwe zawo asunga. So mkhazoriyo kuwazakuziya akudyera upita kuti akakuthandize samakuthandiza longoza ta indilibe and then amamba kumakunena so maonawo mwakutitu mwakuti
ndama asungire zawo nanga it's the same thing you said kuti why should they give you the money? That's like them putting you first instead of now. That's not how it works. You put yourself first.
And your kids. Because if you overspend now, I'm holding my fake friends.
Yes, please. Chonde, musaveka mfano fake friend if you outdid, you overperformed. Because at the end of the day, who are you performing for?
And please don't buy friendships. Don't buy friendships. And a lot of people are overspending. Before they want
that friendship on them
ubwenzi siti kugula ndi ndalama ubwenzi timayira kuumba from don't buy friendship. Don't overspend just to replace people or sanga kuthandizeni mukavutika. No, don't do that. All right, moving on business. I have two, but I'll take one. Local manufacturing puts job at the core, and that's the headline. In part 3, the story reads: manufacturing has been described as a critical driver of job creation, innovation, and economic growth. This comes as Hira General Dealers renewed calls for Malawian companies to reduce reliance on imported consumer goods and invest in domestic production. The launch comes as policymakers and economists are urging stronger support for local industries as a way of stimulating employment, conserving foreign exchange, and strengthening the country's manufacturing base. It's the same thing we as a country need to prioritize zinthu zathu zopanga munomo. Yeah, tikapanga zinthu zopanga munomo ndekuti zithandiziraso zokuti ngati dziko chuma chathu ichipita bwino, because tikamangopanga import osapangako export ndekuti
zinatibhata yemwe
mwaona siziyenda. Ndiona zokuti ngati kumbali yopanga manufacturing ma company opanga zinthuwa amapanga zoti akupereka ntchito kwa anthu osiyanasiyana. So for as a country to grow tiyesese kuti tizipanga zinthu kwathu kuno.
Maso ntchito zokuti zizipezeka, it means kuti if we are actually supporting these companies.
Yes.
Because if we buy more of what is made in Malawi, it means kuti ma companies are going to be at pressure to say, okay, we need to employ more people to make more products. If we ma products athu akapita masika sakumakhalisa, meaning we need more human resource. So tiziyamba ndife. Let us let us develop our own country. It starts with us. We can, like I said, we can't always depend on any.
Even my tough big abale.
Arts and culture. I would take one: celebrated in life, honored in death. That is the headline. Part of this story reads: the death of 5 members of musician Ellen Njuchi's backing group, the Hive Band, has sadly subdued the outlook of the entertainment mood of the 2025 festive season. The 5 died in a road accident on Friday at Chitale between Senzani along the Chingeni-Zalewa section of the M1 in Ichiro district on their way to Lilongwe, where they were expected to perform at the Hive Experience the next day at the Bingu International Convention Center, BICC. Ngati mene tinayikamba kumambiri kwa program hii based on zama figures ya ngozi. So you first message ya Christmas, we said when I think we had even mentioned the mood yango kanga is very somber. We are still mourning the death and but if I personally I can only imagine how people that are close to Antamene
they're feeling
how they're feeling. And honestly the mulungu kamene anga don't it's only God, and I know there's a lot of questions why, but that's usually what happens when someone dies. But all I can say is that without God allowing this to happen.
Yeah, it's
we can never understand.
This is also very sad. This is my cousin. This is very good. I'm a fosso. Pamene so do kupereka ndithu kuchipepeso komanso ndithu khudzika kwathu kwa family kwamanja komanso msamawe era Njuchi also needs the support that we all need. Imagine munthu kuluza my friends chifukwa sanali anzake kuti amangokira nawo ntchito limodzi, analiso my friends because they are the people amene amakhala also close nthawi zake zambiri amapanga performance stuff amakhala zoti anthu ake ndamene wawa. Then munthu losing 5 people at once, it's very traumatizing. Yeah, let's send our prayers, let's put in our prayers.
Let's be kind to one another.
You should be kind. And also we have that freedom of expression, but I think in Malawi we abuse that.
We are abusing it.
We abuse it. The freedom of expression is there, but I think you are doing it without censoring. Censoring is jema funiga. If you're doing
actually, censoring one thing I'll say is this, Ineo, as a person, I can have thoughts. I have the right to have thoughts.
Yes.
But sometimes before you actually say it out, because those thoughts are my opinions, not everyone needs to hear our opinions. Let us be kind to one another. Let us put ourselves in these people's shoes.
Yes.
To say, and then people are saying this about me.
Yes.
Whilst I am mourning the loss of, like you said, 5 friends who probably became family at this point. How would I feel? Let us be kind. Kindness is key, because if we're kind, kindness, I think some of these things, let us be kind. We don't know why certain things happen, but they just happen.
Yeah, we don't.
We are not safe.
Please.
Yes.
You're not God. You're not God. And zintu zoti then zimusiyana mulungu kuti azikhala mulungu. and you don't have a right to judge someone, and you have a right to accuse someone of zinthu zoti you don't have umbono of. Just a lot of conspiracies, a lot of theories going out there. Please don't do that. Be kind. I will take one. All right. 10 get closer to 35 million prize, and the story leads the contestants were all smiles on Saturday as they booked a ticket to the grand finale of the Malawi Has Talent Season 2 by Goshen City, to be heard on January 24th, 2026 at Apollo Auditorium in Blantyre. The 10 finalists, who are now sniffing the 35 million kwacha prize, shrugged off competition from other 10 contestants during a free entry semi-final held at Apollo Auditorium in Blantyre. Were you aware of this?
No, I was not aware of it. Congratulations and all the best to all the people. We want to hope about it. A minute.
Yes.
I think it will tell you but as always, tithokoze kuti mali pamene ndikuona program ya press review. Monga mathayi zonse sitikwanitsa kuwerenga nkhani zonse zimene zili mu newspaper zimenezi, ndiye iniyo tapeza mpata kugula newspaper zimenezi ndithu zimene zili pa mtengo wa 3000 kwacha each. Komanso pitizani kuona maprogram otsatira pano pa kanema wa Luntha. Lero mlani ndine Thandiwe Mzumara komanso mzangayi
Palace Chizombe.
Komanso tithokoze Hopson Kambeta amene ali pamakina kuonetsetsa kuti tioneke komanso kumveka mmene tikumvekeramu. Kufikiranso tsiku lina mwakoma nonse.